Like a bear. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you kill to have
I got
to
forest vibes personally.
Just
Hey,
how
maybe
to
this is
survive
a
it.
sign that Smokey the Bear is going to be the tribe name.
Oh,
Period. I would love that.
Well, we'll see about that, y'all.
I did vote for that one.
Mhm.
Oh, period.
I think we should have kept it as unnamed merge tribe, and I mean that with my full heart.
It would have been
Did you
funny.
vote for it? That was one of the options.
I didn't know that the poll was open.
Wait, if you didn't know it was out, go vote real quick.
Oh,
It's in the announcements chat.
I already
oh,
closed.
it's in the announcement.
You already closed it. Okay, that's not
I already made graphic.
Oh.
Closed it. I apologize. Well, it's not closed, but I already made the graphic, and I'm not changing it. Quite honestly. Anyways,
Period.
welcome to your first merge. Well, technically, your second merge tribal of the season, but your first after your first official merge tribal.
I'm shrunk.
I am trampling over my words. I apologize. Before we begin tribal, I just want to announce that your tribe name, you guys are officially, and it pains me to say this, the unnamed tribe. And
As
your
we
color-
should be. As
your-
we should be.
Oh my god.
The unnamed merge tribe, actually.
Shout out
you're
Smokey the Bear
unnamed
tribe.
merge tribe, and your color is lime green. So I made the graphic already. I will be making it your chat graphic, your chat group after tribal's over, but I'm gonna hand it over to Grace now with question.
Alrighty. Hello. So, welcome to Travel, y'all. This is your first merge. I want to start out with the open question. How is everybody feeling that they made it to this point in the game?
Thank fuck. That's all I've got to say. Thank fuck.
All right, thank
I've
fuck.
never been more uncertain, to be honest with you, at a merge phase.
Period.
You say you never been more uncertain.
I've never been more uncertain.
Well,
With the way
we're gonna dig into that in just a second, but first, I do want to start with Lane. How does it feel that you ended up winning that immunity challenge and that hard ass challenge?
It feels great. Was very hard. I will not lie. The reason I did so good is drugs. So go do drugs. I condone them 110%. And yeah.
Alrighty. So I want to go to Kevin now. So Kevin, you were very vocal with that question. Uncertain. What's going on? Give us the tea.
I think and I think a lot of people agree with this, at least from what I've heard. I feel like with the way this game has gone with so many, swaps and, some people having not gone to tribal very much, I think people are just very unsure, where they really stand. Within this game, who they've really solidified bonds with, because there's no real tribal lines or anything, because that's not possible. We've swapped every fucking round. So I think there's just a collective feeling, I don't think I'm alone in feeling this way, where it's just kind of where do I really fit into this game? And I think we're gonna know soon, but that's definitely how I'm feeling right now.
Alrighty. So I'm seeing Brian, you're shaking your head. Are you feeling the same way as Kevin?
I think I feel the same sentiment as Kevin. With the swaps every round, it makes it unpredictable and makes it crazy because you don't know who has connections where, and that makes this different than any other Survivor game where you can kind of predict who has relationships with each other prior to the merge, and the merge will shake things up. But this whole game has been kind of chaotic, like a merge would be, because we have there's relationships everywhere and it's crazy, and y'all are cracked for it.
Alrighty. And Mikey having the fingers. So is that how you're feeling this vote? Do you also feel the same cracked vibes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know I look comfortable, but I promise you I am not. I personally kind of feel like I haven't gotten to connect with as many people as I would like to. And so this vote has been really stressful for me because I was afraid going into it that it might be me. And I still am not 100% sure that it's not. I don't know who's telling me the truth. I don't know. There's no way to tell because there's no such thing as tribal lines, like has been said. Like there's no way to know for sure what anybody else is doing unless you see them vote. And I've only been to 2 tribals before this. So it's like I have no idea what's going on.
Alrighty. And so I want to move on. I want to ask Karen this question. You are someone here who has attended a good amount of these pre-merge tribals and have gotten that opportunity to have that type of communication with people. Do you feel that, do you feel that benefits you, especially in a merge stage, or do you feel it kind of hurts a bit?
I think to a certain extent it might give you that trust, like you've been through it with people, you've been tested a couple times, like there could be underlying trust, but with the whole swapping every round, it's hard to know how far that trust goes until we're all together like this, because I trusted you this swap and we worked together, that doesn't mean I can trust that's going into the merge. So yes and no. It might benefit, it might not, we'll see.
Alrighty, and I'm gonna go to Glow, drinking the water bottle. So Karen is over here talking about trust, and how does that, making sure you have the bonds with these people solidified, like how important is that?
You can only hope, and I think people that have been to more tribals have had the more hope that they had some solid relationships with at least 2 or 3. That could happen, but it didn't last long enough that how very much it is, further now, because it's not a normal game at all. So I think tonight we'll see of what we each convey to each other of who and what we are is real or not. I think that might happen. And that's where I stand on, and I can only hope, because actually everybody in their own different way, this is very strange, at merge seems to like something about each other. Nobody to me has really super bad-mouthed any player, which at merge is very unusual. So I find that kind of awkward, because then it makes it hard for who to truly vote for or not. That's where I stand.
Alrighty. Ian, do you feel like this vote, Glow is saying you guys are all kumbaya right now. Do you feel this vote has a potential to end that?
I honestly, I have no fucking clue. Kind of based on what everyone's been saying, like you don't want to say something to someone and do the opposite, because maybe you may not be good with them, but you're good with someone else that's good with them, and you don't want to create a rift between you and somebody that you think you're good with. With all the mix and matching, it's so hard to understand, who may have a good relationship. You can speculate based on who's been on a tribe with who for so long, but even then, like that may not be true, because maybe they like other people on different tribes at the time. So I think the easy vote is, kicking the can down the road and voting together as a big clump, but eventually, like, this thing's gonna fucking like blow up, and it's gonna be fucking wild. It may be tonight, it may be next tribal, but it's gonna come.
Righty. So Vanessa, Ian is talking about easy vote on a possible easy vote scenario. Do you agree that is what is going to happen?
I don't think I'm going to say it's not going to happen, but I'm also going to say I don't think there's necessarily such a thing as an easy vote. Really, when you look at a vote like this that doesn't have like a whole bunch of like precedent and alliances behind it, every reason to vote someone out is a reason that everyone else wants to vote them out. And if everyone else wants them out, then that means they don't have anyone, which means they might need you. Or like, you can think of like any kind of way to think about these things as like symmetrical and something you can reverse. Like everything is easy is also hard. Everything that's hard is also easy. You know what I'm saying? I guess my point is that voting the easy way is a matter of perspective.
Okay, I think Evie liked your answer when you started talking. She started walking on me. So yeah, moving on to Sean. So everybody's talking about making sure you have good trust in people, especially with there not being any tribe lines. What are you doing to make sure you have those bonds you can be able to trust?
Well, in many games such as this, trust is kind of a trial by fire, and by fire, I mean tribal. So I think if you're somebody who hasn't gone to a lot of tribals before, this tribal is going to be one where you can really find out if the people you've been talking to, the people you've been building bonds with, are people you can trust. And sometimes it's really hard to tell up until the point of tribal if there are people you can trust, but I had a point with that. I was going somewhere. I forget where it was, but trial by fire.
All right. Wesley, I want to ask you the same question. What are you doing as well to make sure good bonds are there and you're able to keep on surviving, especially with all the swaps that happen pre-merge?
I think the important thing is to make sure you socialize everyone, be as active as possible, the good thing early on, but you want to make sure people know they can trust you and all that, which is something that's very difficult to do. It's just kind of always very hard to balance.
Okay. And Jacob, I want to move on to you next. So another thing that you guys got after being able to merge, besides your One Extra Proud Guest award, is that you guys got a new idol search. And how are you feeling about that?
It really wipes the game. It makes you forces you to manage each. Because I think a lot of people, how do I word this? I think everybody with this new system has a different strategy as to how maybe we could potentially decipher or decide what there may be. Some may think that it's just rhyme of reason, just sort of. Someone said trial by fire, Vanessa, I think, did. Or someone did. Someone said trial by fire. No, Sean did. I'm horrible. I'm sorry, Sean. But trial by fire and seeing which names are validly within each code, depending on your relationship or your perceived position in the game, you may be more inclined to go for one advantage over another. You being compatible with other people, potentially collaborating with others. Being able to manage that type of information and knowing whom within the tribe, because this configuration does not change. There's no more swaps to my knowledge, and there's no way that we can escape or evade having to converse or build relationships with everybody here. So there's no constant there is a constant now. There is no flexibility or ever-changing dynamic in the tribes right here, having to manage all those advantages. If someone gets it, they're still there. They're still going to get it. There's no way you get them out unless you vote them out. So it really depends on how or where everyone's priority is in the game. If they think they're in the position where an extra vote's going to best benefit them, or they're going to think they're more in a hazardous position, they need that idol, they're going to be going for that idol.
Okay. And my second to last question is going to go to Cam. Cam, the usual, if you were to compare this round to any natural disaster you can think of, what do you put it as?
Deadly virus. Because like everybody is like talking to each other, trying to figure out, like it's spreading. News is like spreading all over the place. I'm sorry, I'm high.
Alrighty, so a deadly virus. All right. And then my last thing, raise your hand if you think that Seb will be snuffing your torch tonight and you will be the first merge boot. Okay, we have people raising their hands. We have Ian, Vanessa, Glow, Sean, Cam, Kevin, all raising their hand. Lake boy. And then you have Wesley, who's confident already. And yeah, does anybody else have anything to say before we get into the vote?
I actually do. I don't know for sure if I would be going home or not without this, but just to be safe, I will be playing Safety Without Power.
Okay, so just to confirm with everyone, this is an official Safety Without Power, which means Wesley will be leaving Tribal right now, but unfortunately with the safety comes the power, as Wesley will not have a vote this Tribal. So Wesley, you can lead the Zoom. Please do not communicate with Wesley until Tribal is over. And with that, if anyone else has anything else they would like to say, now would be the time to say it. Okay, well with that, you can go to your confessionals and submit your votes.
And
Good
if y'all
luck.
want any breakout rooms, oh, this is also your time to give shout outs and say whatever you want to or troll around.
Okay, I'm hopping on to do my shout outs real quick. I'm not on cam because I'm on mobile, but shout out, obviously, first one goes to the king himself, Marcelo, my love, my hottie. Thank you for being in my prod chat. Also, Cindy, my other
We do love
podcast, not that we
Marcelo.
made merge. I love you both so much. Shout out CTC, shout out my cats, shout out all the sick pets that are here, shout out all the healthy pets that aren't here at work. You're the real ones. And shout out Merge. Happy to be here. Been fun.
I have a shout out. Remember, I said I had a blast message from years ago from the top one casting director in reality TV, Lynn Spillman. I got another one, and she said, "Go glow, GLOW, go glow, GLO." And I don't know what this all means, and I'm pretty excited to know why she's contacting me. So wish me luck if it's a good thing, y'all. Please. Please. It would be a miracle. And good luck, everybody. Shout out to all of you. And we can't message each other, correct?
You can message you can message each other, you just cannot message Wesley.
Okay.
I'll do shout out my two prod guests, Harry and Miss Madison Kimry. Love you both.
I would also like to shout out my prod guests, the beautiful couple, Mac and Jeremy. I love them so much. I really do. You're probably not watching, but if you are, mwah.
I'm also going to shout out Mikey's podcast. I also do like me some Mac and Jeremy.
I also will be shouting out Mikey's prod guest.
I also will be shouting out Mikey's prod guest.
Shout out my prod guest, though.
I love Mikey's prod guest, but I do have to shout out my prod guest, the amazing, the beautiful Allie. She's at work right now, so I know she's not watching, but I love you. And if I'm still, hopefully, I'm still here after you see this.
Well, first off, shout out to everyone's prod guests. So I everyone could get a shout out, not just Mikey, would spread the love. But my broadcast especially should get a shout out. Tawny and my newest member. Feel bad for him that he has to put up with me of all people. Timmy L. Timmy Lewand. I messed up his name earlier, so hopefully he'll forgive me.
Shout out Mikey's prod guest again.
Hey, shout out Jacob's prod guest. He shouted out the rest of ours. Let's shout out his.
Shout out Jacob's prod guest. Timmy.
Shout out Jacob's prod guest. Also, shout out my weed delivery guy. I love you.
Oh, shout out Lakes Weed for helping him through the challenge.
Shout out weed in general.
I love that shit. God, so true.
Weed and Adderall, ladies. Weed and Adderall.
Shout out to Pinkerton. The real one.
I don't know if I'd say a real one. That shit was annoying.
But wait, who committed the crime? Was there someone who committed a crime? I don't. Pinkerton
There were
was like the head
5
detective.
people who committed a crime.
Pinkerton was involved in it. He was part of an organized
was.
crime. I don't know.
I didn't even
So
make
so
it.
no. So I revoke my shout out. I take that back from Pinkerton. We don't shout out or stand Pinkerton. He's not a real one. He's a fake one. He's a fake. He's an imposter.
He is.
Who do I shout out?
Us.
I don't know.
Shout out Ariel.
Shout out to us for being the hottest distortion cast ever.
Also, I'd like to say of all the scenarios for tribe name, mine was the Ariel tribe. Just want to put that.
Mine was the ogre pandemic, and mine was Shrek Green because ogre. Instead of ER, I put RE once, and I was like, I like that. That feels
Trying to
right.
get some plot points. I went with Sabance.
Oh, Beyonce. All right, I did end up voting for the merge tribe and the color name and color, so I am the winner.
I love her name, to be honest.
Since Cam is the winner
Me
of that,
too.
I just want to shout out, since Cam's the winner, shout out to Mikey's podcast.
Yeah. Shout out to Mikey's podcast.
Hey guys, how are you? Anyways,
Look at that shirt. Wow.
thank you. It's
Wow.
Southern from my
Dashing.
Anyways,
Who?
so if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they would like to play it, or an advantage and they'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll read the votes. First vote, Kevin. Second vote, Brian. Third vote, Keaton. Fourth vote, Kevin. Fifth vote, Keaton. Sixth vote, Kevin. Seventh vote, Kevin. Eighth vote, Kevin. Ninth vote, Kevin. 10th vote. And the next person voted out of Distortion Survivor World's End and our first member of our jury, Kevin. Kevin, unfortunately, the tribe has spoken. You have just a few seconds to say your final goodbyes.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised about this. I will be straight up with y'all. This game was so fucking hard for me to navigate the whole way through. I did not have to go to tribal. I only went to tribal once, and I knew that would fuck me over because I never really got to know who to solidify what with, and like, you know, the fucking safety without power. Here it was played, and now here I am. So no, this was a fun time though. I've truly never played a game quite like this one before with the way it was done. I think it ultimately just chalks up to this format just didn't really work out in my favor, and that's perfectly okay. You guys are a really fun bunch. I am very excited to cast a vote for any of you guys to win. I hold no malice towards anyone because I fucking can't. Like I haven't gone to tribal till now, so aside from that one merge vote. So honestly, if there was any other way for me to go out, I'm glad that it was on like a cracked circumstance like this where we literally had no idea what the fuck was going to happen. But good luck, everyone. I'm sure this will be a really fun merge. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we will just have to see. But other than that, you guys have fun. Thank you, of course, Grace, Seb, Jesse, Billy, for casting me. Love all of you guys so much. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to put as much effort into this game as I wanted to. I've had a lot going on between hosting a game, being at work a lot. I just wasn't able to put as much effort in as I was hoping. But I mean, it bit me in the ass in the end, but I'm just glad that I was able to at least get to this point. And yeah, good luck, everyone. Love y'all.
Kevin, thank you so much playing, but
game.
unfortunately, the tribe has spoken. You may
Bye,
leave.
guys.
Good game.
Well, with that, congratulations on surviving and making it to the final 12 Distortion Survivor World's End. I will let you know that tomorrow's challenge is a live challenge. We will be putting up a poll tomorrow or tonight to let you guys know what time to do the challenge tomorrow. So with that, I'm going to stop the stream and I'm going to end the Zoom. Or not in the Zoom. One second.